ahead and take your knees wide apart. And I have my feet significantly wider than the outside of my hips here. And just play a little bit with, from the soles of your feet, starting to peel your feet up from the ground. Rolling towards the outer and the inner feet, one side at a time. And noticing that as you move your feet, your knees move. And you could do this movement starting at your knees. That would be a choice. But I want to invite us to make the choice to start at our feet. Okay, and then you can let gravity work with you. So if your knees come all the way down to the ground, let them come all the way down, and then reach with your feet, pronate and supinate your feet. Let them turn inside and outside so that your feet help your knees roll back to the center. So when we move the soles of our feet, our whole bodies often move too. So lesson for Pisces. Okay, and then next time your knees come back to the center, stay up, let your knees rest into one another. And then if your arms aren't out to the side, let them come out to the side. And now let's start to just let our heads turn left to right a little bit. And I'm going to invite us actually to start pretty small. So you're not turning your head all the way over to one side, maybe just a couple of inches, maybe even just a centimeter or so. And as your head rolls side to side, can you feel that your head is full of fluid? So your brain has a fluid-like quality and texture, and your brain is encased in fluid. So as you roll your head, can you sense actually that your head is kind of like a water balloon? Your head rolls one way and all the water in your head pours into that side. And as you inhale and exhale, letting breath move like water, letting your breath be full. Maybe the exhale breaths have a sound, an S or an SH sound. So then we're going to try and do both things at the same time. So the invitation then is to let your head move as your feet kind of peel up so that you roll to one side, and then your feet would guide you back as your head rolls. You might roll to the other side. And we're rolling here with gentleness for our bodies. But we can also start to roll with some momentum. And the momentum here is the weight of water. So the weight of water in our bodies is pouring one side to the other. And you might even feel like the water in your body is sloshing. Sloshing to the right, sloshing to the left. Oh. And you'll notice that my arms are just being really lazy and relaxed. And I'm letting my head roll so that my forehead comes to the ground. That feels comfortable for me. Okay, so only do what feels comfortable for you. Sloshing to the right and sloshing to the left. And then next time you've sloshed evenly in both sides. Let yourself kind of come back and find the center. And slide your feet forwards and slide your arms back and take a big stretch in a star shape. And then as you exhale, relax, let your body get heavy, but exhale all your breath out. And then on your next inhale, let the inhaling breath spread and stretch into your tissues, out into your fingers and toes. And as you exhale, push your breath out as your body relaxes and releases. And feel how as you push the breath out, the abdomen contracts. And there's maybe even like a migrating of your tissues towards your center. And then as you inhale, let your belly spread as you breathe in and stretch and spread into all your limbs. And then as you exhale, it might feel good to start to contract your fingers and your toes, like squeezing in, and maybe bring your elbows and your knees towards one another. And we're just going to play here with some pulsing of our bodies, some expanding and condensing. And you can do this movement really small, just staying kind of on the ground, letting breath move through your tissues, finding gentle contractions wherever contraction wants to happen, in your belly, in your knees, in your elbows. And some of you might want to get really big in your motions, and when you can contract maybe all the way up into a fetal position in the little seed shape, and as you inhale, it may even be that your body leaves the ground a little bit, like the inhaling stretch or exhaling motion. It can take you into a lot of different shapes. Just explore, let your body guide you. We're moving fluid through the body, so we want to think about pulsing and sponging and kind of like a sea anemone, your body acting like a sponge, absorbing from the outer sea to the inner sea. And then maybe this side to side or sloshing feeling also wants to get involved. And this is just really intuitive, moving your body as it wants to be moved. You might try letting your contracting shape bring you over into one side, and then letting your expanding shape bring you back into the center. And some of you, as you breathe and as you expand, might also just start to play with contact against the ground and kind of a pushing or a meeting of contact against the ground. Remembering we're working with a Saturn aspect this week, and pushing against resistance leads to movement frequently. So you're inhaling and you're exhaling and you're rolling and you're sloshing might also allow some pushing down into the ground, pushing through your limbs, through your head, through your tailbone. And the pushing into the ground may even result in other parts of your body leaving the ground. Exploring that. And again, any way that feels intuitive and fluid in your body is the way that you want to go. So we're not trying to do stuff with our muscles here. We're not attempting necessarily to do push-ups or something like that. But we're working with pushing against resistance, pushing against the ground, and then melting and sloshing. expanding and condensing, just playing with like a coming into form and out of form. Oof. And if you are having a great time and it feels like you're just really in fluid flow, then stay in your flow, continue with that exploration. If your body has naturally kind of decided it's time to let that go, then you can find your way onto your back. And the last movement that we're going to do is a heel rock. And so in the heel rock, we're working to kind of help the fluid systems of our body move any stagnancy through the tissues. And you'll notice that this heel rock is moving my whole body. So the localized motion, the effort that I'm making is down in my lower legs. My calf muscles and shin muscles are definitely working, but I'm trying to let the rest of my body not work so much. And that includes my thighs. That includes my belly, chest, head. Maybe blowing out your lips or letting out sighs. Maybe these heel rocks can come all the way up into your shoulders. Letting the body jiggle. And I know that the lower leg muscles can really get a workout here. So if you need to stop and rest for a moment, stop and rest for a moment. If it's possible, we'll go maybe another 10 seconds. And then stop. And in the stopping, allowing our bodies to yield as much as they can yield. Allowing the weight of our bodies to pour into the earth.